Do you ever feel like you're drowning in commitments, always saying yes, even when you want to say no? You're not alone. We've all been there, trapped in a cycle of pleasing others, even at the expense of our own well-being. But what if I told you that learning to say no is not about being selfish, but about valuing yourself enough to set healthy boundaries? From Buddhist teachings on non-attachment to the Taoist philosophy of going with the flow, ancient wisdom has always hinted at a deeper truth. Saying no isn't just about refusing requests, it's about saying yes to yourself. In this video, we're going to explore why setting boundaries is one of the most transformative practices you can adopt, and how these timeless teachings can help you create a more balanced, fulfilling life. Let's dive in. Why we struggle with saying no. Let's be honest. Saying no isn't easy. Why? Because we've been conditioned to believe that saying yes is the key to being liked, successful, and even loved. From a young age, we're taught to avoid conflict, seek approval, and put others first. The result, we end up overwhelmed, stretched too thin, and often resentful. But let's dig deeper. At the root of this struggle is often fear. Fear of rejection, fear of disappointing others, and fear of being seen as selfish. And let's not forget the societal pressure to be agreeable and accommodating at all times. It's no wonder that so many of us equate saying no with failure or conflict. Here's the thing. Saying no isn't about pushing people away. It's about building respect for yourself and respect from others. When you set boundaries, you're communicating your values, your priorities, and your limits. And here's the secret. The people who truly value you will respect those boundaries, not resent them. The hidden costs of always saying yes. Before we dive into the solutions, let's talk about the hidden costs of always saying yes. Every time you agree to something that doesn't align with your priorities, you're saying no to something else, often your own peace of mind, your goals, or your well-being. Think about it. How many times have you said yes out of obligation, only to feel drained or stressed afterward? Constantly saying yes leads to burnout, diminished self-worth, and even strained relationships. When you give too much, people may start to take your time and energy for granted. Over time, you lose sight of your own needs and desires. But the good news, you can turn this around by learning the art of the well-placed no. Setting boundaries. Now, let's draw from some timeless wisdom. Across cultures and traditions, the importance of setting boundaries has been recognized as essential for a balanced life. First, there's the concept of non-attachment. It's the idea that our worth isn't tied to how others perceive us. By letting go of the need for external validation, we free ourselves from the constant pressure to say yes, just to be liked. The Taoist concept of Wu Wei, which means effortless action, teaches us to flow with the natural rhythms of life, the philosophy of effortless action, letting things flow naturally. Sometimes, this means stepping back and saying no to what doesn't serve your energy. It's not about closing off your heart. It's about knowing your limits so you can give from a place of abundance, not depletion. Finally, a powerful reminder from an Indian saint, Neem Karoli Baba. True compassion isn't about saying yes to everything. It's about knowing when to say no, so you can protect your own well-being and show up fully for the people and causes that matter most. And here's a secret from Eastern philosophy that can help you say no without guilt. Stay tuned. Practical steps to saying no confidently. So, how do you actually start saying no in a way that feels empowering rather than confrontational? Here are some tried and true strategies. 1. Start small. Begin by saying no to smaller, less critical requests. This helps you build confidence and get comfortable with setting boundaries. 2. Reframe your perspective. Instead of viewing no as a rejection, see it as an affirmation of your priorities. You're not just saying no to a task, you're saying yes to something more meaningful, whether that's your health, your family, or simply your peace of mind. 3. Use positive language. You don't have to be harsh or abrupt. For example, you can say, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I won't be able to take this on right now." This approach is respectful yet firm. 4. Practice saying no in the mirror. It might sound silly, but practicing helps. Stand in front of a mirror and rehearse saying no confidently. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. 5. Set clear expectations. If someone frequently oversteps your boundaries, it's okay to have a direct conversation. Let them know what you can and can't do, and be consistent in maintaining those limits. 6. Lean on support. If you're struggling, talk to a trusted friend or mentor about your decision. Sometimes, just sharing your thoughts can reinforce your resolve. I remember reading about a story involving an Indian saint who set a firm boundary with a devotee asking for a favor he couldn't fulfill. His lesson: boundaries are a form of compassion. They help others learn their own strength and independence, while you stay true to your own path. How setting boundaries can transform your life. Here's what happens when you start setting boundaries. You reduce stress, gain more time for the things that truly matter, and create deeper, more meaningful relationships. You stop spreading yourself thin, and you start living more authentically. Here's a simple exercise. Next time you're asked to do something, take a moment and ask yourself, does this serve my well-being or align with my values? If the answer is no, give yourself permission to say no. Start small, maybe just decline one invitation or task this week and notice how it feels. Remember, boundaries aren't about rejection. They're about love for yourself, your time, and your energy. So, this week, I challenge you, say no to one thing that doesn't serve you. Notice how it feels, and share your experience in the comments. Let's build a community that supports each other in saying yes to ourselves, unfiltered. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more unfiltered wisdom, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it.